Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where we're working together step by step through the ABRSM Theory Grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. They're available in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. You'll also find a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials there, and you can access information about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time in the exam room on exam day. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that'd be really great, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. And so now we're going to continue with paper A of the Grade 4 2017 practice papers. So if you turn with me to page 4, and we'll have a look at question 3. So I always suggest that you have a go of this first on your own. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake, you'll learn more thoroughly that way. Always write in pencil and then you can just rub it out if you need to. So let's have a look at the questions that will be relating back to this melody by Beethoven. And so first of all, we've got a few more performance directions to decipher. So there's nothing for it but to just revise these. So underline 2 words from the list below that have a similar meaning to vivace. So first of all, we need to know what that means. So vivace is kind of very fast and lively. And so we have here some new terms in this grade, and vif and anime. So there we go, so fast and lively, there we go. Let's move on. So I'm hoping you've had a go of this, and now we'll check through this together. Give the technical names of the 2 notes in bar 5 marked X and Y. So let's first of all just map out the scale. They've told us that the key is A major, so we've got A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Of course I know there'll be sharps, but your key signature will take care of that. First, second, third, up to 7. So we're kind of ready now. So let's look at X first of all. So we're in bass clef, X is a C, and so we can tell that C is the 3rd. If you remember, the 3rd is called, the technical name is mediant. The next one, Y. Here we have a G sharp of course, and that's the 7th, that's the leading note, which leads us back to the tonic. So then, let's have a go at the next question. Which other key has the same key signature as A major? So it's just a generic question here about your related keys. And if you've already marked this out at the beginning of the paper, you've already done the thinking, you know that F sharp minor is related to A major and shares the same key signature. So we need to now describe the time signature. So we need to see if it's compound or simple time, and if there are 2, 3 or 4 beats in a bar. So here we go, here's our time signature. That's kind of known as split common time, or à la brève is the technical name, and it's for 2/2, and that means 2 half notes or 2 mini beats per bar. So we can see as well that it divides into 2s, not 3s. And we know that this is a simple time signature. So then, let's just mark that down. We've got simple time, and it's 2 beats in a bar if you notice. So there are 2 beats in a bar, so it's duple. There we go, that's that question completed. And so let's move on. Turn over the page to page 5. and we'll carry on with these questions. So now we need to refer back. I'm just going to keep this other sheet handy because we're going to keep needing to go back to the melody. So now we need to rewrite the first two notes of the melody so that they sound at the same pitch, but we're using the alto clef now. And so here are the first two notes that we need to rewrite an alto clef. And so we need to be very careful to mark this key signature out and refer back to middle C. We're in bass clef at the moment, and here we're on middle C, so that's a nice point for us to start from. So let's just work out our alto clef, which is, there's the middle line that is now middle C that the clef spans around from. And then the key signature, we want C, D, E, F sharps, C sharps, and G sharps is the top line. So the first note, if you can see here, is middle C, and then we're a third down to the A. So we've got middle C, and then there's the A. There we go. So now we can press on to the next question. We need to write as a breve now, or a double whole note, an enharmonic equivalent of the last note of bar 6. So they've marked it with a star. Here again is middle C. It's C sharp, of course, because of your key signatures. So we need to rewrite that so it sounds the same. So we can see C sharp, we could refer to that as D flat, so I think I'll go for that one. If I just jump the octave there, you can see C sharp, we could also call it B double sharp as well. So I'm going to just write it as a D flat to begin with. So we've got our two lines to show it's a breve, and then the flat comes outside of that. Alternatively, you could do the B double sharp. There we go. Oh, I've just realised I've not put my stems. Naughty me. There we go. Pop those stems in. Sorry, just tidy that up. We can have both stems going up. This one could go either way, so that's up to you. Okay, let's press on to the next question. How many demi-semiquavers or 32nd notes is the first note in bar 2 worth? And so here we're looking at a dotted minim, a dotted half note. So I'm just going to map that out here. So we know that one crotchet, 1/4 note, divides into 2 quavers, which divides into 4 semiquavers, which divides into 8 demi-semiquavers. So we've got 8 demi-semiquavers in one crotchet 1/4 note. Now here we've got a dotted minim, a dotted half note, which is 3 times that value. So we need to times that by 3. So 8 3s are 24. That's the answer there. Let's have a look. So we've got a bit of general information now about the orchestra. Name the highest sounding member of the standard orchestral string family. That's the violin. And now we need to name a family of a standard orchestral instrument other than strings. And then we need to state its lowest sounding member. So there's a couple of options here. If you choose woodwind, then that would be the bassoon. Or I suppose you could also say double bassoon. Either of those would be okay. It's not always you have a double bassoon, but it is part of the orchestral family. And then if you chose brass, the lowest instrument would be the tuba. Or again, I guess you could say the bass, but the bass tuba, I think. But tuba will do. So let's carry on. The clarinet normally uses the alto clef. Well, that's not true, so we'll put false because the instrument that uses the alto clef is the viola, the clarinet would use the treble clef. It's a high instrument. Let's move on. Underline one instrument from the list below that produces sounds of indefinite pitch. So that means you couldn't play a tune on it, it's not tuned, you couldn't play a melody. And so obviously it can't be trombone, because we can have a melody from that, we can have a melody from a cello, we can have a melody from a horn. The bass drum does not produce a tuned tone. That's that completed. Let's move on to the next question. We'll have a look at these scales. So we're asked to write one octave ascending, so we're going to be going up of the major scale that has this key signature. We can use semibreves or whole notes, so we don't have to worry about stems, and of course we're beginning on the first note of the scale. So we need to find a major scale with this key signature. The major scale that has 4 sharps is E major. So if we start low and just count up each step of the scale, line, space, line, space. Just watch you've got your right clef. We're in treble clef. We're beginning and ending on E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. Now then, the next one, we need to write the key signature of B flat minor. So there's step 1. And then we need to write an octave descending, going down, of the harmonic minor scale. So we'll have to take this in stages. So the key signature B flat minor is related to D flat major, which has a key signature of B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats and G flats. So let's pop that key signature in, placing it in the bass clef, B, E, A, D, G. So that's the first step. So we're going to descend. So I'm going to start on this high B flat and just step downwards. Let's just get the steps of the scale in. Beginning and ending on B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it, all in step. I've not missed anything. So the harmonic minor, the last thing to add, if you remember, is the harmonic minor, both ascending and descending, has a raised 7th. So because we're coming down, we're going 8, 7. This is the 7th. At the moment, that's an A flat. And so to raise it, we must add the natural sign. And that completes that scale. So we'll look at the next question in the next video. I do hope that this is of benefit to you. I hope that it's helpful. I hope that you're enjoying it. I certainly am. If you can give me a like, that'd be great. Please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. Give me a like. Please also visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the resource and information that's available to help you there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.